This will be part 2 of a 2-part production on the flat irons of the Grande Pacific Model Railroad located in Houma, Louisiana. Okay, more time has passed and we're getting into some of the painting and trying to finish up here. The faraway mountains, some closer mountains, and some of the additional rock work has been put in. Not totally satisfied on where the color on the rock's going to come out. You see some is lighter, some is darker. Gonna experiment with that a little more, but that's easy to do, so trying to get a little more of the scene done here. So we've been working on painting backdrops, because you can't come forward without painting backdrops. So this is the bridge that goes in, and this is the scene we're trying to create here. Now we're gonna paint some trees in along that green tree ridge up there, and there'll be other trees. There will be big trees behind actual big trees. Back behind the bridge, there'll be trees around the front of it. There is a okay. There is a diamond right here, and the track goes on up the back. Kind of that's where we stopped, and there'll be a road right here, and it will go on into infinity. Okay. This is a fun paint job here. So this is the picture with the bridge sitting here, and we'll remove the bridge, and the bridge will sit right about where the plywood is. We have all the necessary parts and pieces for it, but you kind of got to work in before you start putting the bridge in away. So this is where we're at, and this is coming off of Love Pass, and this is the flat iron section in Colorado, or at least as we're depicting them. Okay. So another few days or another week, and we have more progress on the flat irons, tunnels, bridges, along the Grande Pacific. Never-ending project here as far as getting all the steps down. So this is where we've reached on the project here, and we'll take a little break here and come back. So our next step is to get the track in and have it disappear, and of course there's a road next to it on the left here, highway. So we got to put the highway in and make it disappear back there. We will fool around with mirrors here, but I don't think it's good. I don't think there's any chance that it's going to work. There's an issue that you have with the angling, and so that you don't get looking back at yourself. We'll play with it, but I don't think it's going to work. That's why we've kind of painted the scenery in, so we can make the road and the track disappear as it goes over the hill. But this is been working on this now for over a month. Takes time, and we got a few more steps to go. Big one's going to include going down and building a bunch of those trees. Gonna need some trees. Quite a few trees, actually. Styrofoam, Calcoat 127, hot knife, latex paint. The only place we've used any other different paint is on the bridge abutments. That's one of the last 3 bottles of aged concrete Floquil. Bought some recently because it's all been discontinued. Hope I have enough to finish up. Otherwise, we'll be finding something new. So this is where we are. Next time we'll get a train going across it for you again. But right now we have not soldered the rail joiners on the track. Tracks all are in place. They got all runs. I've had a train across it, but just in case I have to make some kind of change, the last thing I'm going to be doing is soldering those rail joiners right there. And gluing, the track is not glued to the bridge, but that's easy to do once it's all in place. This is the flat iron section of the Grande Pacific. It was the last big piece of scenery that I worked on. This came out pretty good as a representation of an area of Colorado. Gotten some very good compliments, particularly when you open house. People who understand this area and were familiar with it were really impressed. And this was all, most of what you're seeing is nothing more than carved styrofoam beadboard. We have a little bit more work to do, and we'll show you the other side here. And this is the area which, from here forward, we've just about completed a lot of the work. Some detail. Now our little consolidation is coming up the hill. Now, I've covered the story. This is the Grande Pacific's originally only owned engine. And as you can see, the AC6000s in the foreground kind of don't fit in. But what can we say? Those are helpers for the big coal trains. But this is the whole section we worked on with the tree making thing. We did the video for the tree making machine. This is a dual track bridge. Passing over the another set of tracks and a road, and then we've passed where the Love Pass cutoff is. This is the Love Pass cutoff we're going over now. This is the bypass. And I'll pan back here so you get the idea of the scene in the corner. So that's the New River Mine, which is down in another real far, far away part of the world. back to the combination scene. This is the road in the narrow gauge crossing the road, and the diamond with the standard gauge. And if you come back here in 10 years, that GP60 will probably still be sitting there. That is an Athearn dummy engine with plastic wheels, no motor, no drive. So I don't think it's going anywhere. And our train would go on down here into the tunnel to Salamosa. A little bit better understanding of the track here in this area. The main line up here at the top, the branch line at the lower level. And we come over the bridge. The back track becomes a passing siding in all reality. The switch is to go through the Love Pass, the original tracks on the Love Pass, which are back here, which that area needs to be worked on. There's a big part of the mountain that has not been put in back in the corner. And what I'm doing here is you're cutting off at about a 45 the entire corner of the room. Can't reach it, so there's no point in doing it. By putting the mountain in the back, when you stand, I'm standing on a stool that raises me up off the floor about 24 inches. So maybe panning what looks to you at a level point, but actually I'm about 8 foot tall right now. I wish. So that's just the concept. So when I step down to floor level, and I'm holding this right at my eye level sight, when I build the mountains in that back corner and paint in the scenery, you'll never see the hole in between. But that's strictly there for access. We have a industry right here. There's a pin for the Circle R Ranch. We have to swap out cattle cars, stock cars. Yes, this railroad still has stock cars. So this is the last major scenery work done. Thank you for watching the videos on the Grande Pacific flat iron section the placement of the bridge, and the continuation with the tree projects. If there's something in Pacific that you would like to see, please let me know. Never can tell what's coming next. So as a preview, one of the areas that will be coming next is the Salamosa area. The idea is to have a big lumber mill back behind the town. Also to have a dual gauge track up above at the same level with or a narrow gauge track feeding off of a switch coming off of a dual gauge to dump the ore cars in, and some other activity. But things to come, we'll have to see how this works out. And the associated detail scenery is mounted on poster board, and we'll have to cut that out, and we'll let you see how this will work out. In fact, I'll have to see how it works out. But again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed in the continued growth of the Grande Pacific Model Railroad. Excellence in modeling. Gee, I think I've heard that a couple of times.